Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Check these headlines out. LBRY case may be bigger than we think, and it could hurt the Ripple case. John Deaton meeting with Senate advisors and congressmen. This could be the biggest financial case of the century. No kidding. Ripple has new board of directors. We'll get into that. And David Schwartz is talking about the XRP ledger. I call it unleashed. And speaking of unleashed, how about XRP price breakout? One chart analyst says yes. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen and at Digital Perspectives News on Facebook. We do exclusive Sunday morning lives there. Don't miss them. They're fantastic. $1.836 trillion market cap. We've seen some money rush back into the space. We're currently up almost 3% on the crypto market cap. Bitcoin now over 41,000 slightly. Ethereum 2,700 plus. XRP is at the number 6 spot at 79 cents. And I think it was 80 cents a moments ago here. But let's take a look at the price range. 80 cents on Fiat Link here. We see 76 cents on the low side and 80 cents on the top. We'll keep an eye on it today. You will hear from a chart analyst before we get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I was going to be making a purchase in Masterworks because it's a way for me to diversify my portfolio and invest just the way some of the richest people in the world have been. I love the opportunity here. $20 a share. You can invest in multi-million-dollar paintings just like the richest people in the world and own shares in it. And I love it. And I've just done it. Congratulations. I got into this cause. I don't mind telling you, this is closing soon. There's only I think they said $4,000 worth of shares left. So if you're going to get in on that, the historical appreciation on this artist's work is over 50%. Yeah, don't believe it. It's still true. There you go. Check it out. Link underneath the video. John Deaton says here, moments ago, Congress approved yesterday a 21% pay increase for themselves. So while Americans suffer from the worst inflation crisis in history, their tax dollars are now busy supporting those who caused it. Well said from Crypto Whale and John Deaton. And, you know, what else do we expect? Of course, they gave themselves a 21% pay increase. They just solved that whole daylight savings issue. The Fed hikes rates for the first time since 2018 and sees rate hikes coming at every meeting in 2022. Who invited the good news bear? Somebody get him some honey. The news has sent Bitcoin sliding back below 40,000, which has recovered to 41,000 plus. As we know right now, we'll keep an eye on it. Take a look here. While all of that is happening, 100 million XRP purchased by a whale as coin consolidates. Yeah, I tell you, I can never, we relisting this thing? Or are we seeing ODL corridors being serviced? I mean, it's like, what is going on here? Something big is coming, is all I can figure. So that's where we are. Speaking of something big here, I just sat down at the ultimate roundtable here with Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, Attorney Seal, Nick Burafedo from Link 2, Ray Fuentes as well, Linda P. Jones, and the GOAT digital asset investor here, as we all met. And I want you to hear this clip where John Deaton tells us exactly what's been going on in his world, meeting with Senate advisors and Warren Davidson to investigate William Hinman and ETHgate. Take a listen.
What I'm saying is there an email that says, okay, if I give Ether a free pass, you'll hire me at the fund? No. But imagine this. In the Empower documents, the emails, there's that email where the ethics office advised Bill Hinman that he shouldn't have go to an ad hoc meeting, a dinner where Simpson Thatcher lawyers would be. They said, that's not a good idea. Don't do it. So do you think they were aware that he was collecting $15 million well, they were aware he's getting retirement. Were they aware that he was going to give that free pass speech while Simpson Thacher's an Enterprise Ethereum Alliance member? I doubt it. And so what we're doing is trying to get the banking committee members. And I actually had a conference call today with the policy advisor of Senator Jack Reed, and we've been having these meetings to get them to ask for those inquiries, to ask for an investigation. Was the ethics office consulted in this decision? Because remember, the SEC says that the speech was his personal opinion. Then why did he give it? And if there's no other explanation other than $15 million, and then he goes and works for the same people that helped write the speech, you know, there could be some real juicy things in there. What I mean by that is, imagine emails, text messages, bank records, digital wallet addresses. And if we can acquire some of that from an investigation, then we could possibly have one of the biggest financial cases in history.
Oh my goodness. Preach it, John Deaton. I mean, listen, I tell you, this thing's heating up, and I want to show you right here. I do not find this tweet from Tom Emmer to be mutually exclusive from what John Deaton just shared about meeting with Senate advisors and Warren Davidson. My office has received numerous tips from crypto and blockchain firms that SEC Chair Gary Gensler's information reporting requests to the crypto community are overburdensome, don't feel particularly voluntary, and are stifling innovation. It goes on to have this letter, which is a bipartisan letter, also including Warren Davidson, Representative Darren Soto, and others. And they are asking right here, he says, while the SEC has the authority to obtain info from market participants' rulemaking purposes, it must ensure that these inquiries don't infringe on the standards established in the Paperwork Reduction Act, which limits the burden the government imposes on private businesses and citizens. Tom Emmer goes on to say here, crypto startups must not be weighed down by extra jurisdictional and burdensome reporting requirements. We will ensure our regulators do not kill American innovation and opportunities. Well said, Tom Emmer and everyone else involved in that bipartisan letter. But it gets bigger, because this LBRY case could have huge implications to the Ripple case, because as Jeremy Hogan points out here, the LBRY case will conclude before the Ripple case does. And you're about to hear here why that's a big deal. Take a listen. This is another clip from our roundtable. Go watch that video. I'm telling you, these guys were on fire. We touched so many different areas and subjects. You're going to want every single bit of it. And Linda Jones as well. Everybody in there was just remarkable. So take a listen to this clip at why the LBRY case is so important here. Take a listen.
Because
John Deaton, can you break this down for us at how important this case could be and what's really taking place here?
Well, I'd encourage everyone to get involved in the LBRY case. When I say get involved, I mean read up on it, because it's really a sad situation that the industry has let such a small but important platform basically be left on its own island. And it does have absolutely massive implications for the space. In fact, just a couple days ago, there was a CoinDesk article that stated that. And in that article, it said that in some ways, the LBRY case could have even more implications to the market than the Ripple case.
John Deaton, can you break? And there you have it. And it's because they're picking on the little guy who doesn't have the budget and the deep pockets that Ripple does. Here you're going to see just some of the frustration. LBRY expressing yesterday that they do not respect the SEC. This is what lawyers were telling them. And it says, lawyers told me it's okay to show up at my depot tomorrow looking sharp but smelling awful as a form of psychological warfare. Going to eat a plate of garlic for breakfast, then do some CrossFit and not shower. This is the kind of communications taking place. Says the SEC contact us about this tweet and asked us to take it down, like this comment, if you think the SEC should go, you know what, themselves. Playing nice with the SEC for 4 years has gotten us absolutely nowhere. We're done being nice to these monsters. This was probably obvious, but we've been asked to make this clear by people we do actually respect, our lawyers, not the SEC. Says here, for the record, this is a joke. I did ask them, but our lawyers didn't like the idea or suggest it. Said, I'll be looking and smelling fresh tomorrow. But, you know, you get the frustration with a company that doesn't have the deep pockets like Ripple does. And it seems, it would appear, that this is looking to be a catch-all case for the SEC. That Gary Gensler, as he said in the Jon Stewart interview, we win some, we lose some. And it looks like they're picking on a smaller project, smaller company here to get the win in the legal precedent they need to do what? To label digital assets broadly as digital asset securities. And if the case concludes before Ripple's case does, there could be a huge implication on how the judge may decide to rule or not. We need to get involved and help LBRY as much as possible here. This is another article here that talks about Ripple that may reach all shores, and I'm only going to give you the summation here so I don't have to read the whole thing to you because it lays out a lot of what we all already know. Should the SEC get the outcome it desires, market participants will be forced to assume that any token or digital asset could be considered a security and subject to enforcement action regardless of guidance SEC personnel have given them. It goes on to say everything that we just highlighted here, and about how it will extend the commissioner's power beyond the Securities Act arguably provides. This is why it's so important we all really come to the aid of LBRY as much as we can, because again, where's Jake Chervinsky? Where's Perry Ann Boring? Where's the Digital Chamber of Commerce? Where's the Blockchain Association? Now let's switch gears here. We see Animoca and Ripple back this crypto custodian at $300 million valuation. Hex Trust, a Hong Kong startup, offers custody services for crypto assets and has seen a value rise tenfold in a year to $300 million. Well, that's not all that's going on in Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse says here, as we continue to scale globally, our policy bench deepens with the addition of Michael Warren. Welcome to the board. Ripple says we're excited to welcome Michael Warren to our board of directors. Michael will play a key role at Ripple as we continue to champion regulatory clarity in the U.S. and expand our presence in global markets. Take a look at this. Looks like we're gearing up for some big global cross-border settlements to me. If we take a look at this insights from Ripple here, it says it's been an exciting, fast start to the year here at Ripple, welcoming many new team members to launching our annual Crypto Trends Report, to seeing exciting momentum with the Creator Fund. They hit the ground running in 2022 and no plans of slowing down here. They say they're excited to announce the newest board member, Michael Warren. He joins Ripple with over 20 years experience advising clients on international growth strategies, stakeholder management issues, and economic geopolitical issues after global markets. Warren is managing director of Albright Stonebridge Group, part of Denton Global Advisors, where he consults companies, investors, stakeholders on navigating challenging businesses or business regulatory landscapes in new emerging markets. Goes on to say, check this background out. Warren has served on administrations of 2 presidents. He was senior advisor of White House Presidential Personnel Office during Barack Obama's first term in 2010, and President Obama appointed Warren to serve on board of directors of the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, where he served on the audit committee until his term ended in 2019. During the Clinton administration, he was executive director of National Economic Council at the White House and served in the office of the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Labor. Come on in. Yeah. Yale, Oxford, forget about it. This guy. I mean, this goes to the deep bench, as Brad Garlinghouse said, of the roster of people that are at Ripple on the board of directors. And I tell you, when you look at that board of directors, it really starts to look like, a new central bank to me. Treasury officials, Michael Warren now, Anya Manuel. I mean, so many people, right? Sandra O'Connor, it's so many people. It's just amazing. Let's take a look at this, because all of that's happening when I told you, don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. XRP-LBRY from David Schwartz. DEX, decentralized exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, one of the only protocols that allows you to get from the paper fiat world to the digital one. Now supports USDC, USD Tether, and the first euro-backed stablecoin is soon to come. Let's check out the benefits of support offered for stablecoins on the XRP-LBRY. Take a look here. It says many of the XRP-LBRY's core features, such as the world's first decentralized exchange, have been available since 2012. These features are extremely mature and functional, making an ideal platform for stablecoin issuers to issue, manage assets of all kinds. All they need to do is create an issuing account and set configuration options for the account and the particular stablecoin. That's it. The XRP-LBRY's native token functionality makes this possible. Built for payments, the XRP-LBRY also allows counterparties, financial institutions, central banks, and governments the ability to fully settle transactions cheaply in just a few seconds. This assurance eliminates overnight and business risk for financial institutions in particular. He goes on to say here, such counterparties are why one universally agreed upon stablecoin is highly unlikely. There are a few reasons for this, but mainly because stablecoins have an issuer as the counterparty that does not allow them to interoperate across payment networks and jurisdictions. Neutral, counterparty-free digital assets, like XRP, solve this problem by acting as a bridge that allows payments to be settled quickly, efficiently, without needing any trusted central intermediary. How about that one? Shout out to David Schwartz on that one. And that reminded me of this. Take a look at the efforts that have been made here when he talked about the Euro stablecoin. Think about this, what's happening. Look at the collection of what's taking place here. A Euro stablecoin representing 27 different nations in the EU. We're already on the Digital Pound Foundation, and we know for a fact we're working with the Republic of Palau and the Central Bank of Bhutan. When US is the only question left here, I believe. Take a look at this. One chart analyst says here, XRP breakout is incoming, chasing down that dollar range. We know we're back at 80 cents here this morning. I triple dog dare you. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I say, just show me the money. I know you say the same as well. That's going to do it for me. Lot is happening here. I think the introduction of Michael Warren to this board of directors is showing us that there are many, many big events coming for Ripple and XRP. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch you on the next one.